Hey folks, it's Dave back again, and today we are playing a new football game that I found off of sportsreplays.net, and that is Michael Owens Quick Play Football. Okay, this is a pretty fun game. I've been playing it tonight, and what you do is you get all these teams here. You get a ton of teams. I got 79, 80, and 81 printed out here to give you an idea what it looks like. I blew them up so they're nice and big so I can see the numbers, but you got a ton of teams when you download this game here from all different kind of years. It's really cool. I'm using 1976 tonight, and what I did is I just did mine up in color just to have some fun with it. And I'm going to be playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You can see -1 offense. You want a high offense, and you want a low defense. As you can see, a team like Baltimore, a nice 20 offense and 8 is good. Also, Pittsburgh 15-0, the Steel Curtain defense there in 76. So Tampa Bay is the worst. They are -1 and 20. The only thing that's crazy about them is they have a close game factor here, which comes in at the end of a game if it's close, and I think in overtime as well, and that the higher that number, the better it is. So they got a 7. It's not the lowest one. I'm surprised. They're actually higher than Pittsburgh's, which doesn't make any sense. But, yeah, so we're going to play Tampa Bay tonight in their full season and see how it goes. Now, what you do in the game is we have our chart. So, as you can see here on my table here, Tampa Bay was the -1. Okay, Houston was 6. The Tampa Bay defense was 20, so we put it down here on the Houston side, and the Houston defense was 10. And basically, you add these up, and then you factor in, you subtract 2 for away, and you add 2 for home. So Tampa Bay is -1 and 10. Okay, so that gives us 9. -2 will give us a total of 7. Okay, Houston 6. And 20 is 26. You add 2 because they're home, and they get the 28. So that's our 28 and 7 total. Then you go to this chart here. 28 is C, and as you can see here, Tampa Bay 7 is H. So they'll be rolling off of column C and column H respectively. 1 to 20 die roll. Just go to the chart and look it up. There's a couple of odd things in here as well. For the most part, it's straight up points, and we roll quarter by quarter. You can see first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and in the fourth quarter, we do have these numbers here, are the close game factor numbers. They come into play, and you can see Tampa actually has a +2 modifier here for them, so that's going to be good for them down the stretch if they need it. Chances are they will not, though. The close game factor table is here, so late in the game, what would happen is, you would roll the dice, and Tampa would add 2 to the score to get better results. Houston would subtract 2 off the dice, and then you'd figure out if you needed a field goal, if you needed a touchdown, or if we were in overtime. And then you come over here to the conversion table and say, hey, look, I got a field goal, but it's -5. So you'd roll over here, subtract 5 to see if the field goal was good, etc., etc. So that's in case of a close game, but I don't anticipate seeing any close games in this one. But anyway, we're going to give it a shot here. So what we're going to do is we are going to roll the visitors first every time, followed by the home team. We go quarter by quarter. So I got my 20-sided dice. So here we go. So Tampa Bay off of column H, and that is a 9. And column H with a 9 is 0. 0 points to the Buccaneers. Houston now rolls a 15, and they are in column C. So a 15 on column C is 14 points. So 14-0 right now after the first quarter. And just to kind of get back to my chart here, so you can see 15 on column C is 14 points, and Tampa was over in column Z with a ton. They're in column H. There's a lot of zeros over there. 6 3s and 7s, the best we're going to do. We did factor out tonight. My friend Ron Jeckett and I actually sat down and figured out if the Tampa Bay could beat Baltimore, which is the best team. And yeah, it is possible. If they rolled perfect numbers and Baltimore rolled all 3s and 0s, Tampa Bay could actually win that game. So it is possible. Unlikely, but possible. So let's go to the second quarter now as we roll a 13 for Tampa Bay in column H, and a 13 in column H is another 0. Now, ironically, in real life, Tampa Bay got shut out. And see, the actual score over here was 20-0 in favor of Houston. So a 17 now for the Oilers on column C is 7 points. So it is now 21-0 at the half. Third quarter action here. Tampa Bay rolls an 8, and an 8 is 0 again. So Tampa Bay has yet to score in their inaugural season. A 19 for Houston on the column C, so they pick up 3 points. And right now, this is a 24-0 game. Tampa Bay, one last chance to get on the board. Oh, they roll a 20. And that is good for 7. So Tampa Bay gets 7 here in the fourth quarter. Houston's final roll of 11. And that actually comes up with a 0. So the final score in Houston, 21-24 to 7. Pretty close to the actual score, actually. Not too bad. So now we're going to be home against the San Diego Chargers. And we did the same thing here. It's the Buccaneers offense, and we put the Buccaneers defense here. The San Diego offense, the San Diego defense. 8 and 20 is 28 minus 2 because they're on the road, gives us 26. And 26 on the chart goes into category C again, just like these guys did. Tampa Bay doing a little bit better at home. Okay, so they have a 1 and 11, so that is 10 if you add them together. Add 2 for home gives you a 12, so they'll actually get the roll up to column G in this one, a little bit better. In real life, they lost 20-0, so let's see what happens here. San Diego rolls first, a 15 in column C. And that is good enough for a 14-point lead. So that's pretty much what Houston did in game 1. It's a 16 now on the column G. And Tampa Bay, they gets on the board with a field goal. So 14-3 after 1. San Diego rolls a 16. And that'll be nothing for them. I think that's nothing on the column C. Buccaneers roll a 4. And that is good. Oh, at least they get some points, 3 more. So 14-6 at the half against the Chargers. Chargers now, we take their roll. Go back to C. Number 11 is, wow, nothing again. Oh, boy. Boy, if they could get a touchdown here, they'd be right back in this game. A 14 is 3. 14-9 going into the fourth quarter. Who would have thunk this? San Diego with a 17. And they get 7, and I think that's going to put it away. 21 points should be good enough. Buccaneers roll a 4, and they'll get 3 more, so they'll get 12. So not too bad, actually. So 21-12. We got a little rush score going on here as Tampa Bay falls to 0-2. Buffalo Bills up next. Bills come into Tampa Bay, rolling from chart C as well, or column C, I should say, with a 9. And that is a 0/3. Okay, so what happens is it's 3 points for a scoreless team. Otherwise, it's 0. So they are scoreless. So Buffalo gets the 3, if I'm reading that correctly. A 15 now for Tampa, who's rolling off of column F, which is probably going to be the best they're going to do this season. So a 15 on column F, and guess what? Nothing. Nothing for Tampa on that one. Buffalo in the second quarter. They in C, they roll, what was that, a 12? 10 points for the Bills, and they start to pull away from Tampa here. Tampa's got to get some points. F with a 7, and they do. They get 7 points. So 13-7 at the half here in Tampa Bay. And the Bills are going to roll a 4 in this one. And a 4 is 7. And there's an asterisk on that, but that is in case of a blowout. So it's just going to be 7. And that might be good enough. I don't think Tampa can get any more than 7.25. So 8 over here is 0 again. And you can see where this season's going for Tampa Bay. 17 for Buffalo here. Tax on 7 more, and that will do it. Tampa Bay, final roll of a 1, and that gets them 3 points. And that is our final. So Tampa finishes with 10, And Buffalo with 13, 20, 27, if my math is correct. So 27-10, they lose this one. Up next, it's the Colts. And take a look at this, folks. Just to give you an idea. Let me take my chart. Okay. Just to give you an idea. So look over here. So it's AA to Z. That is the biggest mismatch. AA to Z. Okay, so Tampa Bay goes into Baltimore, which is probably one of the best teams, or at least best rated, in 76. And as you can see the final score, I don't know how Tampa Bay got 14 points, but they got 14 points, 42-14. So let's see what happens in this game, shall we? So here we go. So Tampa Bay, under the worst column, will roll. And they get a 14. And, oh, jeepers, they actually come out of it with 3 points in that first quarter. That is amazing. Baltimore rolls a, what is that, a 3? And that is 14 points. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong column. So Tampa Bay 3 and Baltimore 14. So we'll have to fix that. Okay, Tampa Bay, second quarter. They roll 11 in the worst column, which is a 0. Baltimore in the AA column with a 5. That is 3. Well, that wasn't very good. Tampa Bay rolls a 3 in column Z. That is 3 points. If I'm reading that correctly. Yeah, I think that was 3 points. It ain't gonna matter. They're still gonna lose. A 7 for AA is, let's see, that's a 0-3. 0 points. Wow. That's not a very good AA roll right there. And Tampa's final roll is 0 points. So Tampa comes out of this with 6 points. And right now it's 17-6. We tack on 24 points. Yeah, that's what we're waiting for. So 17 and 24. What is that? Is that 41? If my math is correct. So I got 24, 28, 31. 34, 41. That's actually pretty close. 42-14. 41-6. So now Tampa Bay goes to Cincinnati. Oh, a 20. But a 20 in Z is worth 0. Cincinnati Bengals now. That's a 9 in column A. Cincinnati was a good team too that year. 7. So Tampa's down 7-0 in Cincinnati here in week 5. 14 is 7 points for the Buccaneers. Okay. And that's a 6 for column A. Oh, we go to X. We go to our X roll. X roll in column A is a 20, and that is 17 points. So this game is clearly out of hand. A 15 for Tampa. Gets some 3 points. So they're chipping away with some points here. They get 10 on the board. It's not too bad. A 7 is 10 points here as the rout continues here in Cincinnati. No points for Tampa here in the fourth quarter. And Cincinnati going to tack on 13 more. Oh, boy. So what Tampa Bay come up with that with 10. And then I got to do more math. So 20, 30. Is that 47? Looks like 47-10 in that one. So now the game they have a chance of winning. Okay, C and D, Seattle, the other expansion team, coming to Tampa Bay. And in one of my other games, I did this playthrough, and they actually went to overtime with Seattle won. Okay, so that's how close this was. So Seattle rolls first. They get a 5 on the C. So that is 3 for Seattle. Tampa, an 11 on D. Nothing. This was their chance to win. All the simulations I've run. And oh boy, 14 points for the Seahawks, and that should do it. I don't think Tampa can get 14 points. 18 is 7. So they blew it in that first quarter, getting no points. Seattle rolls a 1 now, and that is 7. So they are going to take this one, I'm pretty sure. 8 is 6 points for Tampa in the third. And any kind of points will put it away for Seattle. And no points at all. So, Seattle, 24 to 13. So, I don't think they can get 11 points no matter how high they roll here. So, they got a 16 on D, and it's nothing. So, 24 to 13 is our final here against the Seahawks. Now it's Miami at home against the Dolphins, and the Dolphins start off with 7 in the first quarter. Goes to Tampa Bay now in the first quarter, going back to column H, and they come out with nothing on this one. 18 for Miami now. 18, that is nothing as well. Boy, this is a closer game. Actually, 23 to 20 in real life, so it was kind of close. Tampa rolls a 20, which is good for 7. Woo! This game is tied at the half, if you can believe it. Miami, a 16. Nothing. Oh, boy. Is this the day? Is this the day, folks? A 1. 6 points. They got 6 points. Tampa leads 13 to 7 going into the fourth quarter. Here we go. Miami with a 9. A 9 is a 0/3. In the first 3 quarters, record 3s, 0 otherwise. 0. Okay. Tampa gets any kind of points and they win. Okay? If Tampa gets any points at all, they win, because right now we can still run the close game factor roll for Miami. Okay? Tampa needs at least a field goal. A 15 in column H is nothing. No points. So, right now the score is 13 to 7 Tampa Bay. Miami will roll the close game factor, and they will subtract 2, okay, from the modifier. So, Tampa Bay in the lead. So we're going to put our chart right here so you can follow along. So, I roll here. So, I am down. What am I down by? I am down by 6. So, I'm rolling in this column right here for Miami. And I subtract 2 from the dice. Here it is, crunch time. It's Miami. They roll a 5. No chance. They do not get it. And folks, unbelievably, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won this one 13 to 7. It is the first time in any of my playthroughs here with the cards and dice that Tampa Bay in 1976 has won a game. Wow. 13 to 7 at home against the Dolphins. That's going to be one to talk about for the ages, or at least in my house. So we'll finish up the season here just to see how it goes. Wow, that's incredible. They won. They actually won, and I'm actually recording it too. So hopefully we'll be able to view this live for years to come. So let's roll the dice here right now. Oh, I got my table here. It's all messed up. All right, so Kansas City now comes to town. They got a 6 on the chart, going off of chart B, and that's 7 points for the Chiefs. Tampa Bay now on the roll, a 7, and they're an F. That ain't too bad. 7 is F, and that gets them 7 points as well. So, boy, that win sparked the team here, and they're tied with Kansas City after 1. Going to chart B, and an 18. That is 7 points to Kansas City in a second. Can Tampa Bay keep it up here? A 7 under column F. And that is 7 more points. Woo! They are staying steady with the Chiefs at home, looking to make it 2 in a row. And 11 for Kansas City. Oh boy, this is an X. 11 in B is an X roll. So we're going to go to our column over here. Column B in the big chart roll. Oh boy. A 9 in the B chart roll is 20 points. Well, so much for winning 2 in a row. I don't think they can score 20 combined points the rest of the way. It was fun though while it lasted, folks. 6 more points. At least they'll keep it close. Kansas City's final roll is a 17 here in column B. 7 points. So Kansas City will finish up with 41 thanks to that big third quarter. Tampa's got, 20 points going in to the final roll here in column F with an 11. Tack on 3 more. Not too bad. So we got 23. So 41 to 23 is this one here. So now we're going to go Denver Broncos. Oh, boy, this is another A to Z. Oh, boy. So we're in the Z column now. And we pick up 3 points. So that's actually going to be good. Denver rolling from column A. Yeah, here we go. 17 points, folks. Oh, boy. Tampa rolling a 2 from column Z is good for 0. Column A again. 6. Oh, boy. A big roll here in column A. Oh, it's only 10. That ain't too bad. So 27 to 3 at the half. Tampa Bay comes up with 3. They'll tack on a field goal just for giggles. A 19 now is, that's just 3. So they're taking it easy now on the Buccaneers as we go into the fourth quarter. And that's good for 3 more. So Tampa comes out of this with 9 points. They get 3 field goals on the day. In Denver, they tack on 3 more as well. So they took it easy on them. So we got 17, 27, 30, 33. So 33 to 9. It's kind of close, I guess. So now it's the Jets. Tampa Bay on the road. Column G this time. With a 16 on column G is 3 points for the Buccaneers in the first quarter. It's the Jets now rolling a 3. They're rolling from D. And they get 3 points. So it's tied 3 to 3 after the first quarter. Bucks. I got to keep checking my columns here. So that's a G5 is, X. Oh, boy. Big roll for the Buccaneers. What's that? An 18 in row G. 7. Just 7. Yeah, that's good, though, for them. A 14 in row D. And that's going to be 7 points. Oh, we are tied. We are tied with the Jets. It's 10 to 10 going into the third quarter. Bucks roll a 17 off of G. Ooh, nothing. 0. And the Jets roll a 3 off of D. And that is 3. So it's still a winnable game for the Buccaneers. They trail 13 to 10 in the fourth quarter. But they do need points here. A 6 on G is nothing. So the Buccaneers, they might have that pressure roll, though, at the end. So that is a 3 for the Jets in column D. That's only 3 points. So what do we have here? So we got 10 and 60. Oh, so it's only 16 to 10. So the Buccaneers, let's pull out the roll. Okay, so we get a -3, but we definitely get a roll at the end. So it's a -3 on the close game factor for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is down 16 to 10, so they got a roll for the middle chart. They're down here 16 to 10, and we subtract 3. Subtract 3 from the roll. Big numbers. A 10. 10 to 7 is going to be a field goal try, but a field goal try is not going to do it. So we end up losing this game 16 to 10. But we came close. We had that roll at the end. That was pretty cool. All right, down to our last few games of the season here. As we play some more of the... let me just show you what we're playing here. Just one more time. So we are playing Mike Owens Quick Play Football. Michael Owens Quick Play Football. We're playing the 1976 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm playing through an entire season, and there's been some surprises. I'm not going to give them away. You're going to have to go back and watch if you skipped ahead. So it's Cleveland Browns at Tampa Bay, column C. This is when Cleveland used to be good. Okay, yeah, so they tack on 14 points here in Tampa. And the Bucs are going to roll now. Back to column H, which is terrible. Yep. It's going to be fun to actually play some better teams in this game, that's for sure. So back to column C with an 11. Boy, that's nothing, though. Well, they didn't get anything. Buccaneers defense playing pretty good. So we roll a 1, and that's a 6. So 14-6 at the half. Cleveland now. Ooh, a 20. Column C, yeah, 13 points, and they're going to walk away with this one. There'll be no pressure roll on this one. 13 for Tampa Bay is 0. Why did I ever like this team as a kid? I'll never know. Another 13 points here, so that's going to give us, 10, 20, 30, 40 points, if my math is correct. And the Buccaneers' final roll of 18 is going to produce nothing. So 40 to 6. Oh, this is not right. So this was 24-7 the other way, because Tampa Bay did not win a game. So I'm sorry. So that is the other way was 24-7. So 40-6, a little bit more. All right, final 3 games, and boy, I tell you, look at them all. A's. We play some of the powerhouses. We're going to play the Oakland Raiders first. Tampa on the road. A 9 in column Z. 0. Column A now for the Raiders. A 1 in column A. It's only 7, so the beating might not be too bad. 14 is 7. We tied the game up in Oakland. What a surprise is going on here. A 10 in column A. Just 6 points. 13-7 at the half here in Oakland. A surprise. Tampa with an 11. Now they're coming out of that with nothing. Oh, no, wait a sec. Whoa, hold the phone. Column Z with an 11 is an X rating. Oh, boy, hold the phone. Hold the phone. So we go to column Z with a 19, and that gets us 7. Oh, that's pretty good. So we get 7 points. So it's 14-13 as the Raiders roll a 20 in column A, and they tack on 10 points, and we go to the 4th. And the Bucs with a 15, good for 3 points. So the Buccaneers with 17 points right now, and the Raiders with 23, and the Raiders tack on 7 more, and so I think that's going to put us out of the range. So we got 13, 23, 30, yeah, so 30-17. So the final score, 30-17, not quite as bad as the 49-16. Last 2 games, look at this one, 42-0, folks. So let's see what goes on in Pittsburgh with a 5 for Tampa. So we're going to start off with Zippo. The Steelers are going to roll on a good column, and they are going to pick up just 7 points. Tampa's going to roll now, and Zippo. Steelers, see that defense right there? The Steelers are 0. That is key in this game. A nice low defensive rating. And 10 now is just 6. Gee, it's just 13-0 in this game. Tampa rolls an 11. Oh, that's another big game. So we go to the chart, the big game chart. A 12 is 7. That's about as good as you're going to get big game for Tampa. 5 is 17 points. And, yep, this one got away in a hurry. Another big game for Tampa. 4 is 7. So they come out of it with 14 points. Somewhat respectable. And the Steelers' final roll here in the fourth quarter, rather, is, they come out of that with nothing. So, 13-17 is at 30 points. 30-14, kind of respectable. Final game of the year against the Patriots. Patriots had a good team that year, too. So, 21 points for the Pats right out of the gate. Tampa now rolling from column H. And that's going to be nothing. New England back to column A with a 9 is 7 points. So they got 28 points at the half. Tampa Bay, 8, nothing. New England 28-0 at the half. And Tampa Bay's final game here in 1976 from column A is 7 points. Oh, now, what's that? 35-0. 17. The Bucs got to score something at home. They really do. They can't send the fans home with nothing, and they get a field goal. I think that is 3 points for a scoreless team. Yes, it is. So New England's last roll is a 9, 7 more points. So that is 21 and 21 for 42. And the Buccaneers' final roll of 1976 is a 5, good enough for nothing. So 42 to 3 is the final. So let's go back and look at our final scores one more time. We lose to Houston, and we lose to San Diego, to Buffalo, Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Tampa Bay. But here, unbelievable, we pull off a win at home against the Dolphins. So in this playthrough, they do not go winless. And then down the stretch, some final scores that we just played out. Kansas City, Denver beating us pretty good. Cleveland 40-6, they destroyed us. This was close. The Jets game was kind of close. Oakland, not as bad as we thought. Pittsburgh, not as bad as we thought. New England crushed us here at the end, so that's that. So anyway, so that's a quick look. Let me take my notes back out here and show you this one more time as we played Michael Owens Quick Play Football. You can get it at sportsreplays.net. Go to the download section and look for the games here. And I think I downloaded the did I get the 70s and 80s? I forget what I did. I downloaded a bunch of his seasons that he had. It's a free game to play. It's a lot of fun, as you can see, rolling the dice for all 4 quarters. Once you get this set up, you're good to go. It was a little confusing at first, but now that I'm set up and I'm playing, it's just a matter of, offense plus defense, -2 for visitors, offense plus defense, +2 for home. Look at your chart and roll away, and here you go. And so we had some fun today. So again, that was the 1976 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they will go 1-13, yay, instead of 0-14. So anyway, I'm Dave. I hope you liked this game. I hope you liked this video, and I will talk to you later. Signing off from Studio B.